Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 660. Today is Friday, or Friday. I'm getting paid like I just did. Yes, sir. And today is the 23rd of June, 2023. It's 6:23:23. And it's 1:50 p.m. What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day. And if my day's been gone pretty good, it's been pretty decent, a little crazy, shall we say, but it picked it up a little. But things picked up on the way home, and got a few bites to heat here and there. But however, if your day's better than mine, then awesome to you. So, hope you guys are just totally rocking the good day and telling the good word and everything else in between. So, hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. And I know some of you guys are, there's some folks out there that are having a very tough time. Don't worry, folks. Don't worry, folks. I'm here to make you laugh. So get ready for some wisecracking antics of my stooges. Just hang in there, be encouraged, and don't let anything get you down. Just keep on moving, keep on trucking, keep on keeping on. That's all you need to do. All right. So, meanwhile, just relax. I'm gonna talk some wrestling. I know there's not a lot of wrestling fans out, but there's some wrestling fans out there. They want to know what the heck is going on, Eric. I ended up watching Impact Wrestling. I try to cover some of the biggest organizations on TV right now. It would be Impact, AEW, and WWE. I've always tried to cover every single one because you never know where some of these superstars are going to end up. Let's contract one company to go jump to another company. You know what I'm saying? That has happened time and time again. Six-man tag to kick it off on Impact, and they're on the road to Slammiversary. OVE Ohio versus Everything. That will be the team of Sami Callihan, Jake Christ, and Madman Fulton to go up against Brian Myers and the Good Hands. And that'll be Jason Hotch and John Schuyler, or as I like to call Brian Myers and the Good Hands, these guys. But then again, it's an insult to these guys, calling them these guys, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, it was a good matchup, and OVE, you think they had an advantage with the teamwork and everything else, but Moose gets involved, attacks Chris during the matchup, pushes Chris off the ropes, and Brian Myers' Good Hands had the advantage and ended up having the win. And so Eddie Edwards then convinces Frankie Kazarian to trust him in their main event tag team matchup against the team of Bully Ray and former Impact World Champ Steve Maclin. Meanwhile, Rich Swann says he knew this was going to happen, but he says, this time around, I got your back. And he says, you got my back? Sami Callihan says, you got my back? I got your back. So, looks like OVE's kind of have a fourth member in Rich Swann, and they're going to need that one if they're going to feud with Moose and Myers and the Good Hands. So that means you got Mo, Larry, Curly, and Shemp. I'm like, no, just kidding. Anyways, I digress. And Bhupinder Gujjar took on Dirty Dango. Dirty Dango's on the microphone. I hate professional wrestling. Dango has gone wuku. He's gone loco. He's gone cuckoo loco. Anyways, he defeated Bhupinder Gujjar and then steals his phone and does a little video selfie. Santino Marella comes out, and Gujjar, as Dango retreated, Gujjar threw him back into the ring. What are you doing with my phone and all that? And then Santino hits him with the Cobra. I would, if Dango stole my phone and Santino hits him with the Cobra, I would say, thank you for my phone. Next time I'm going to crack it over your head, you numbskull, and walk it away. So, in a women's matchup before the Impact, Jody Threat defeated Nevaeh, and Jody Threat and Nevaeh gave each other hugs. Thank you for the match. It was awesome and all that. And the Death Dolls goofing around, having some fun, and it was the funniest. I like this. I like what both women are now. Courtney Rush and Jessica. And Nevaeh goes, "You're Havoc. You're Rosemary. You went through the undead realm. You came out. Havoc went to the undead realm. You come out as Jessica. Courtney Rush. Rosemary went to the undead realm and came out as you, Courtney Rush. Yes. Then we're the dead dolls were sick and all that, and all of a sudden and he goes, "You're Havoc. You're Rosemary." I looked at Nevaeh knows something. I think she knows everything. All the questions. And they're like, we might need her to become tag team champions. So no. Tell us the quest. And you have to start from the beginning. Start from the beginning, everybody! And then they're all going nuts. I'm like, oh boy. And Nevaeh's like, what? What have I got myself into? Oh, Nevaeh, girl, you have not been around. Crazy stuff has happened. That's what happens when you mess with Father James Mitchell. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. I'm almost drooling on myself. Forgive me of that. Been a crazy week, let me tell you. Anyways, and Zicky Dice was answering one question: what do you have to do when a wrestler has to break a hole on the ropes? And 5. So Johnny Swinger, Zicky Dice is now an official Impact referee. Johnny Swinger. Oh my gosh, I got a stooge now in my back pocket. I'm like, oh gosh. Johnny Swinger. The dude comes up with the wrestling terms Mark and Mizarks and Rizats and Daddy and Stooge. I'm like, what the world is going? Who just? I love being nostalgic as well as the next guy, but Johnny Swinger makes it too stinking cheesy. I'm like, Johnny Swinger, hey Daddy. I was like, I think he got hit one too many times with a steel chair during his ECW days. Let me tell you. Johnny Swinger cracks me up. So, Jonathan Gresham and Mike Bailey went up against the Design, and as you know, the Design has got a little issues, mainly between Diener and Angels. But once again, Angels had Mike Bailey dead to rights, and then Diener screaming at him, "Why don't you stop going around? It's not the plan. Finish him. What do you think I'm doing? What do you think I'm doing?" And that distraction kind of cost him in the end. Jonathan Gresham and Mike Bailey took advantage of that situation, ended up winning the match. I thought it was really good. Gia Miller interviews Trinity, and it seems like Jay Vidal's been annoying the heck out of her so many times to the point where Trinity's now wanted to challenge him to a match one-on-one. Or do-boy, as she likes to call him. Do-boy? Do-boy this, boy do this, boy do that. Possibly. That's what she called her do-boy. Jimmy Jacobs decided that, because of what happened last week, Nick Aldis decided not to show up for this week's Impact. And he read a statement, and Alex Shelley says, "I don't buy it." And we know he's 20 years. He finally wins the world title, gets to his head, and then he gets super kicked. I think that was the last time we see Jimmy Jacobs in Impact Wrestling programming, because he's now signed with AEW. And he had that coming. Yep. Anyways. Killer Kelly went up against one half of the Coven, the Knockouts Tag Team Champions, Taylor Wilde, while Kylan King watching Tyler Wilde's back. Killer Kelly ended up winning the matchup via pinfall, and then the Coven attacked Killer Kelly to the point where Masha Slamovich came out, and at first I thought she was going to attack Kelly again, but then she turned around and whacked Taylor Wilde while Killer Kelly was going Kylan King. The Coven retreats. And both women looked at each other with smiles on their faces. I said, if Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly join forces, who is going to stop these two together? And if it's bad enough they beat the crap out of each other, imagine if they team up. Hell hath no fear like a woman scorned, and these two are scorned women. Let me tell you. I don't think hell will probably contain these two ladies, that's for sure. Oh my goodness, they join forces, that's it. GM Miller interviews Scott D'Amore, and D'Amore says, "I don't need the suit, I don't need the watch, I don't need the headset. He says, I'm not president." But, Bully Ray, Scott D'Amore remembers something his father told him. He says, "I brought you into this world, I'll take you out." "Yeah, I brought you back here in the Impact, but I'll be the one to take you out. And Steve Macklin, you're just in the way." So, so Steve Macklin and Bully Ray better be watching their backs, because PCO and Scott D'Amore will be gunning for them. Digital Media title was on the line. Joe Hendry versus Yuya Uemura, and Kenny King and Shelton Jean joined on commentary. It seems like Kenny King now wants his sights set of the on the Digital Media title, and it was a heck of a match between Joe Hendry and Yuya Uemura. Hendry did retain the title though in a good matchup, but then Kenny King takes the title and hands it to Hendry after the matchup, pats it as such, and says he wants it. Joe Hendry's like, okay, that's fine. Eddie Edwards and Craig Kazarian teaming up in the main event against Bully Ray and Steve Macklin, but a little miscommunication between the two of them, between Eddie Edwards and Ricky Kazarian during this great matchup. They were working well as a team, but in the end, Macklin and Bully Ray has won the match. So there you have it. There you have it right there and then. So, that is all the time that we have on this show. On the next episode, Forbidden Door picks and predictions, folks. So until then, until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bofa Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.